Coming to you live from an old woman's house where Creston had a play date and is not with us tonight. And Kenny and I both had a slap a label on it wrong and a mark it down wrong. It is Sports Allegedly. Oh, I haven't turned the camera on yet. Allegedly.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us for this episode on your October 9th, 2023 date.
Welcome to October, ladies and gentlemen.
I got Sean to my right, Creston across the way.
Hi. We have to start. Moment of silence. R.I.P. Dick Butkus.
One of the greatest.
I said silence.
Oh, sorry.
And you were just yapping. Okay, we're good.
I was going to say, when am I ever silent? So, anyway, moving on. I think the only thing...
That is also true.
I think there's no doubt the one thing that we've got to start with on this podcast being from Oklahoma and being Oklahoma fans.
I wanted to do baseball first.
Oh, is that what it was?
Go
okay.
into...
let's talk about the Red River rivalry.
Shootout!
No,
don't ever call it the rivalry.
No,
always the shootout.
The one thing I wanted to...
always be the shootout.
The one thing that I wanted to talk...
And it really was a shootout.
The thing I thought about the Red River rivalry is everyone that had to say that so much on TV, and there was a bunch of people, whether it was every commentator and you could see them in their head saying, say it right, don't say it fast, don't screw it up.
Yeah.
So it's Red River rivalry.
Well, you know why that started. Why that started.
Yeah,
shootout is a horrible term. And congratulations, Lana Del Rey. Thank you for being at the game. You are beautiful, and I will marry you.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's get
to it.
What
do you mean, yeah, okay? You wouldn't?
First of the game. So, obviously, OU starts out like gangbusters. Get the early pick, drive it, score. And so, the one thing that's always about this game, besides my blood pressure and my heart rate being high, is... the momentum shifts in this game. Now you're going to get
so much.
You're going to get some of that like last year. Texas OU didn't get much momentum at all. The 63-14 years, the big blowouts, you don't see a lot of that momentum. But in these close games, you see these ebb and flows of this momentum, and it's for fans.
The game just back and forth.
It's what makes it so damn good to watch. So we continue this game. Coming out of that. Honestly, coming out of the game, I thought the line play for Oklahoma was much better than I thought. Now, I knew that they were good. I'm not sold on the OU running game, and I think the line is a problem with that. I'm not saying it's just the line. I don't think there's a lot. Some people are arguing about the running back.
It might be more of Levy's play calling for the line. I don't know if it is the line. When we get to Kansas, we'll see that.
We don't have that box score, Sean. No, but
you want a full box score?
Yeah. So I thought that the offensive line obviously pass blocked well. They've pass blocked well all year, as much as one of the prognosticators, the big wigs.
So you're saying that. So you're saying that, but you're saying that the run game. So if they're pass blocking, almost did it. If they're pass blocking well, would they not? Would they not also be run blocking well?
One would think that.
So,
I guess one could think they could do both. And I don't. And the
no,
more
we showed one to one team, and then against Cincinnati, Iowa State. Well, no, we did really good against Iowa State, didn't we? We didn't do that bad against.
We played
Cincinnati.
nobodies. It doesn't matter.
But hold on. Okay, you're acting like all the talking heads out there, but Texas doesn't have a bad defensive front. So,
I thought that was their strength.
What did we have to do? Is go to the passing game.
Originally, obviously the week before, I picked Texas to cover.
You did, and I was the only one besides Hannah, R.I.P.
that has.
She went to California. I don't know if she made it back yet.
She did. So that, as far as the 6.5 point spread, I had it kind of figured about 4 to 5, all game long, and then a late score by Texas.
You had called early in the season that OU would lose this and win the title.
Correct.
That's how you had it going.
I had it that way.
I could not go against OU, especially in a game against Texas. So I stuck with OU, and I was the only one out of...
Thank you for your loyalty.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Now,
It's very admirable.
I wasn't being a fanboy on that one.
No, I got it. I'm not saying. I'm not putting anything against you. You
'Cause
had stated numerous times that OU was going to lose a close one in this one, but go to the title and win that. So, I just couldn't go against OU, especially in a game against Texas.
Fair enough. But I went with that. Also, that Texas was the favorite. I thought, hey, I need a pick in my picks because I have to win this year because I was vilified last year for losing. And I'm inching to that lead right now. I just thought I'd throw that out there. But
Let's
anyway,
not bring that up. We're talking about Oklahoma right now.
No, I know.
Can you stop making everything about
no, but
yourself?
I thought about that Texas because, like I said at the beginning of the year, that I thought Texas's lines, defense and offense, were better than OU. Now, one thing that impressed
last season they had Bijan and Roschon.
I'm talking about the lines. I'm talking about the.
But I'm talking about the run game.
And I think Brooks looks good. I mean, he ran over 100 yards on us. We'll talk about the defense in a minute, but going back to the lines, just in general, I thought Texas had the advantage. Opening drive.
You thought their defensive line had advantage.
Both. I thought both would have the advantage.
Oh no, that offensive line, they lost a couple guys.
Yeah, but I mean,
and you could see that.
They were
you
still,
saw that in the Kansas game.
They were still running all over everybody. I mean, they beat Alabama. They handled their front four. That Alabama's weakness this year is offense, not defense. As far as overall, they're not as good on both sides as they've been.
Yeah,
obviously.
I understand.
But the more weakness was quarterback. Quarterback play in that Alabama game lost them. And also, you look at Alabama, they give up to Texas, 34 points, 38 points, something around there. It was like 34-24, 38-28.
34-24.
Okay, so that's a lot. That's a lot of points for Alabama team to give up to a Texas team that, if you remember, last year went what? 8-5 was their final. I think it was their final record last year. Yes, not quite 6-7.
Wait, are you talking about Texas?
No, wait. Is this their third
Texas,
year?
Alabama. Alabama went.
No. Texas's record last year, I thought, was 8-5.
It might have been. Look that up real quick.
I will.
But I will tell you that I was not upset with. Well, I mean, look at Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel, apparently they couldn't stop a running quarterback. Now, if you remember in the Kansas game, Jaden Daniels went out injured, and Jaden Daniels is a rushing quarterback, and that was a close game until he went out and Bean came in.
8-5.
And Bean is not a rushing quarterback.
Sure.
Well, I'm not going to say that both teams have not improved, but what I'm saying is Texas's run game has lost a step because of losing Roschon and Bijan.
Well, you lost the generational talent in Bijan Robinson. Generational.
You still
Say it what it is. Yeah,
you want to stick with that?
Say what it is. I mean, you lost the best. That's like
when
Ricky,
you become a generational talent,
like,
you have to set records.
He will. I mean, that's the whole thing.
You
think
picked against him.
For what? What are you
I
talking
don't know,
about?
a couple games you picked against
him.
him.
No, I pick against the Falcons as a team. The team overall ain't any good, even though they won. I think Ritter had a hell of a game. As we talk about,
I'm sorry, but Detroit with Brian Branch. Brian Branch shut Bijan down.
Okay, but I'm
That's
just saying.
We'll get to
you say you're missing that, but I
think.
think the lines every year under Sarkisian has improved, offense and defense. The team's improved.
Oh no, the team has improved.
And I thought OU, they're a year
Massively
behind Sark's recruiting. Brent Venables.
I have to say that Sarkisian is doing better at Texas than he ever did at USC.
Texas is a much easier school to be better at, though.
I don't think it is.
Heavy recruiting.
Every resource possible except a beach.
But
and
still,
it's not far.
But still.
No, Texas is the best.
I would say that USC is the school that most students would want to go to.
NIL? Yeah, I mean, no, probably maybe
Yeah.
so. We're going to see that.
Would you not?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna keep continuing to go in that direction. I mean,
I disagree. I bet the NIL budget for Texas is way better than USC's next year. Because let's talk about one generational talent they think they got that's making a lot of money to get a lot of butts and money.
Quinn Ewers?
And that seat. No, we're talking about USC. I want to talk about next year what that budget is. I think Texas still, because you've got all 80 kids making a shit ton of money. At USC, you've probably got 10. And they're probably all new kids that got brought in.
I just meant like over time. Next year, yeah, you're right. But I mean, like, 10 years, if we keep in the direction, it'll probably be USC.
I disagree. I just disagree. So, what?
And with the alignments, too, I mean, imagine Texas just doesn't work out at SEC.
No, I think that's what... No, and that's another thing. We'll talk a little bit about that.
We'll bring that back up because
that's a good point, because I want to talk about that a little bit.
Texas A&M with their NIL, they're They're shit.
Remind me to bring that up when we get back into the other
All right,
college games.
please go back with your analysis of the game.
I just thought the line play was going to be much different, and I thought OU impressed me a few things. I thought OU was hungrier. I thought they were more disciplined. Now, I'm gonna give you the positives, and I've got some negatives I'm going to talk about a little bit.
Well, let's bring up
that
you did have naysayers who were telling you that OU's offensive line was going to be their weakness. I believe you thought that as well.
I still do.
But you had the neighbor and
hold on. Other bystanders.
Yeah, other bystanders.
Now back up. Let me back up for what I might have misspoke. I don't think that they still do. I'm going to give you another weakness here in a little bit, but the offensive line is close. And as far as the weakness overall in the team.
But coming into the game, everyone believed that the OU's offensive line was what was going to get them beat. Correct?
Yeah, lack of run game was the big thing there.
Okay. And that was
not necessarily pass
but that
protection.
was seen in the SMU game. That was seen in the
there were some issues there
in the Cincinnati game. Was seen in the Iowa State a little bit. So not so much, but a little bit. I think Iowa State they had a better running game, right? They
yeah.
But from what you were telling me is that everyone was coming in and saying offensive line, and offensive line stepped up.
Well. You say that
for the most part.
I think so. You've got one side, you've got another. You have we don't have a good enough running back, and you've got another side that's saying, well, maybe our O-line run blocking is not as good. Probably, honestly, it's a combination of both. I mean, not one is just as bad as the other. As far as the extreme end of it, it's probably a combination. I thought Tyree Walker. Only averaged little over three. I mean, every running back.
Well, everybody can see it.
What did you have the stats minus Dylan Gabriel? What was the total as far as the stats, as far as the run game? I think you take away
201 and you take away the 113.
Yeah. So
we still had 100. We still had 100 yards.
No, less than 100 yards.
Well, 97.
Right? Yeah,
96.
So less than that. But anyway, in the 80s. But anyway, so
you know me and math. Math hurts my head.
Upper night. But anyway. I thought that Tywee, he runs so hard though.
His name right.
Tywee, and that helps as far as wear down that defense. I thought that there was one drive, and I believe it was in the end of either in the second quarter or the third. I was going to try to rewatch the game before we had the podcast.
You still want to say Tywee,
but
I'm still trying to rewatch.
There was one drive we scored a touchdown, and they just kept running, and you could tell that Texas. It was probably the second quarter. You could tell Texas' defense was just, their defensive line, who I thought was the strength of their defense, really showed. Like I said, I was most impressed with the physicality of OU. I thought the hunger was there. I thought some of them were a lot embarrassed about last year. And obviously, Dylan Gabriel,
first time ever, and only time ever, that playing in the Red River shootout.
Correct. And I think that we'll talk about him a little bit because I want to kind of finish up on as far as the rest of the game. I want to finish with him. I want to finish with him because I think he deserves to be the last one to talk about on this. As far as play calling, I thought play calling for the Jeff Levy was one of the better games that I've seen.
Did he go aggressive? Did stay aggressive the whole game?
Well, we talked about the motion. Remember, I think in some of these podcasts we talked about a lot of motion
that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. This time they used it.
You got a wide receiver moving across the field. And you said in the last podcast that it might just be leading up to this game where it was a decoy for all those games leading up to this game.
And it might have been. I don't know. I probably could be looking too into that. But they used some of the motion guys in this game. And Farouk finally getting that guy in his hands on the ball.
I love Farouk.
Besides just being a wide receiver.
Farouk's my favorite. Besides Stoops, Farouk's
that guy is a talent that needs to be used more than just down the field.
We saw that last season. We saw that last season. Like Farouk was.
But they did. They used their motion guys. I just thought it was good. Now let's go back to the defense. Now everyone has claimed. Not everyone. Back up. Let's not score national.
Let me. My thing was passing. I said was going to be our weakness, and if we got beat, that was what was going to beat us.
Are you saying as far as like bad passing or turnovers or what?
No. Our secondary was what was going to get. defensive line and
we're going to
and
the
linebackers.
defense,
Well, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said that if we were going to get beat, Quinn Ewers had to beat us with his arm. And because all the games leading up to this game, so many big plays have just been gone. Have just oh, this guy's open. We're playing a soft zone. We're playing soft zone. This guy's in the middle of it. This guy's here. This guy's there. Did they end up running a man on corners and playing zone with the safeties?
It's unfortunate.
And the linebackers?
I talked to a guy that went to the game. I talked to him today, and that was one of the questions I asked him. I said,
Who?
"Did
Who
one
is
of my
this? Yeah.
Owasso bystanders?"
Oh,
and I
okay.
said, "Tell me what was the deal? You know, because you went in the third quarter."
What did you see different?
Gentry Williams being out. He said Gentry Williams got hurt. He come out.
Who's our starter?
Yes, he had come out. He seems to be
We
fine.
stuck the kid in.
Yeah, and so, but you know, Quinn threw for what 16, 17 passes in a row. Ended up throwing for 346 yards.
Yeah,
you asked me what I thought my weakness was of the team, and I said O-line. I don't think that anymore. I don't know. I'm not saying it's the secondary, and you know, me and Mark were talking about that because I was
think
pretty
it's
critical.
The soft zone in the middle.
I don't know. I think it's the scheme, and that's what we were talking about. Is Venables relies a lot on individual players in the backfield.
Now Quinn Ewers had 2 interceptions. Now those interceptions were back to back, correct?
I don't know if they were back to back,
but I remember that he had one early in the game, and I thought that the next one came. Now, in my defense, I have to explain this. In my defense, I was supposed to be at Kenny's house. I woke up early enough to go to Kenny's house, and I felt
he's getting ready to tell you he won the game single-handedly.
No, exactly. With my superstition,
yes.
I woke up and I was looking at scores and I was looking at stats. First quarter, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'll be back up. And then I woke up again in the second quarter. We're still winning, and I'm like, okay, good. And I was like, I'll be there at halftime. And I woke up right after halftime. Third quarter just started. I was like, I can't do this. I have to stay where I'm at. Because everybody does that. Everybody knows that superstition where you've got to be. You can't move. You can't do what you're doing. You got if you're doing something out of sorts.
I've worn my gray shirt now twice this year.
Right. So yeah.
In a win.
The reason why I haven't worn an OU jersey, can't do it. I've got like 3 OU jerseys. I can't wear it, and certain underwear that I'm wearing that day, certain socks, always keep it the same.
I think though, going back to the game,
and I have to say, whenever we won the national title, I was with Colin. And Colin was like, I can't let go of this pillow. He was in my floor, and the kids and all that, everybody's watching.
Lay down watching.
And Colin's like in the floor. He goes, I can't let go of this pillow. Like he took the pillow to go to the bathroom. And that's how much I get superstitious about the games.
The thing about this game though, and we'll move on here in a little bit and we'll move on to the other games, but.
I really don't want to. I really just want.
We could talk all day. Yeah, we could talk. We could because there was just so.
I don't want to talk about OSU.
There was really so much in this game though that you look at one thing to go one way and one way the other. Let's talk about Texas side. They had the interceptions. They had the turnovers. We had none. I think they ended up having 3 because there was a fumble too, and they missed on opportunities. I thought them not going on down at the end of the game. Going for it on 4th down was interesting. I could see why he decided to kick the field goal rather than go for the touchdown.
Just trying to get the ball back.
It was a few yards. It would have been bad to get Oklahoma that right there with a minute, and they'd had half the field, not quite half the field. They'd had 20 less yards to go, and they planned to play on their defense.
But he knew he didn't have Roshan or Bijan.
But the couple things that stood out in that game that I look back and was and I've read a lot on this game. And there was a lot of comments. You watch a game as a fan rather than as a, this isn't work, but some people do it for work to find every detail and pick apart and look apart.
I mean, we could. We could if I quit my job.
Yeah, and I quit my job, yes. So if we...
Zach's not going to do your job, so...
So it would be fun to do that, But you're watching as a fan, and you miss so many things. You have to watch replays and read and watch this.
And that's what I do. That's what I go through, and I end up watching the highlights and.
But I thought that a couple of big plays. Texas made some mistakes that were bad. Coaching decision went a little soft.
What was the one? I saw there was one Texas coaching decision that just did not work out. It might have been the fourth down.
Probably not going for it on fourth down at the end of the game.
It might have been.
They kicked the field goal. They kicked the field goal and they went up on Oklahoma. But I mean, it's tough.
Well, what about the fourth where they went 4 and out and our defense
Let's get ready to talk
stuffed him at the goal line? Is that why he went for the field goal then?
That's possible because
But if you would have went for the field goal on the first one, when it came back into Ewer's hands at the end with 30 seconds, they could have gotten to field goal range potentially.
Because they
kicked it and won.
Hold on, they did the fake punt with Savion Red. That's why Savion Red has.
Well, he got it though. He got the fake punt. I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. But no, he threw the one. That's what I'm saying. They did get cute with.
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
And Savion Red probably had some rushing yards in there as he played. He went from the Wildcat too.
Well, he only had one.
It was just
one.
He's
only 1-7.
Okay.
Well, he's one of their best wide receivers. Well, I thought he was.
No.
Don't see that name on there.
No, he's a second or third stringer. But this OU special teams is a concern as you bring up the punt.
Well, yeah, but we talked about that all season. The kicking game has been horrible.
Punting was better.
The punt
kicking,
protection was better.
Except they blocked a punt.
But the punt protection was better.
And then you've got Smith, bless his soul. I mean, you got to make those big games.
35 yards out, he can't make it.
No, so you missed a field
More
goal.
like shit.
You missed a field goal. Yeah, Tawi missed that catch, which
we really missed Tressway and we really missed Austin Siebert.
For sure, Well, hell, Turk last year. Turk was one of the highest average punters in college football. But I thought that Tawi missing that catch, it was a little low, but it was catchable. We took 3, give up 4. You had some interesting, scenarios through that game, and like I said, it's always going to be that momentum that carries one team or the other, and you just got to hope that you've got that at the end. And they didn't. So Zach, talking about that play at the end, it was 11 minutes.
Talking about the 4 and out.
Yeah, 11 minutes, 30 seconds left in the fourth. Quinn Ewers pass complete to, first and goal. Jonathan Brooks ran up for no gain. And then give Brooks another one, no gain. Jonathan Brooks he loses a yard on third down. And then they give it to Xavier Worthy, what a good play call. Only if the guy was in the end zone when he caught it. I thought with that height, you might run something outside, catch it in the corner. I hate those.
Call Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy.
Xavier Worthy.
Xavier Worthy.
Okay. Xavier. Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, it's Xavier. I'm sorry, but I love you, but it's Xavier.
Well, it's spelled the same as Xavier University, so I didn't enunciate anyway.
I'm sorry. Weber State.
So the
has 1 E.
So the going back to that, I mean, you give him the end zone. Maybe you throw that to him second or third down. Thought Sark's play calling, they got tight. You didn't. That was a totally different from what we saw last year.
Who's the offensive coordinator?
Sark.
No, for Texas he's
play calling. Yeah. Head coaching calling plays can't work.
Now he got lucky with that 49-0 because we did not have a quarterback. I think.
No, dude, the teams look different. If we had this year's defense, we wouldn't have given up 49 points.
Dylan wasn't there. I would say that we would still have lost that game.
Oh, for sure.
But it would not have been 49-0.
No, it wouldn't have been.
Even though we could not stop Bijan and Roschon, it would have been different.
Well, and so special teams obviously needs to be worked on a little bit. Nothing against the kids individually because they're college kids, but hey, they're getting paid, so we can talk
Brent
about
Venables' play calling and all that. Jeff Levy's
play calling was really good.
Better. So much better.
I thought there was a couple plays that defense, whether it be Venables,
but they still had better play.
Venables or Roof. I thought
remember how many fuck ups that Venables had throughout the season. So much better.
Oh, you're talking about game management, not play calls.
Yeah.
Game management.
Both.
Night and day.
Both.
Night and day.
Both.
Well, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, you're gonna have bad calls no matter what. But game management from Venables this year tonight, it's night and day.
He knows.
He obviously knew it was an issue.
He called Bob Stoops.
It was an issue.
He called Dabo Sweeney after he fucked up. Every time after he screwed up
they've got Seth,
in a game.
They've got Seth Luttrell on the team. He's a former head coach.
I know, but every time that he screwed up last season in a game, he called his, I would say his inner circle. And they were like, yeah, you probably should have done this. You should have done it. And that helped him. What didn't they go for fourth and they went fourth and short like early in the game?
Yeah, he's not afraid to do that, and that's what. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, he needs to keep doing that. There's no doubt about that.
Right. But it was one of those things that.
No, it was. I had forgot that. You've got. Where is he at? I know he's here somewhere.
What are you looking for? Kenny.
I was looking at our assistants.
You're looking for who?
Well, no, because I thought there was somebody else, the old former, and maybe those are what are those?
I'm gonna say the Andrell Anthony.
There he is.
Andrell Anthony.
Matt Wells, also former head coach, is on there. As
where was Wells at? Where Wells was?
He was at Utah State.
Yeah.
And then he took the job at Texas Tech. Remember, they got rid of him. Real quick. But you got a lot of good former. But no, I think that he's built a good staff. They're spending the right money, but the recruiting. I mean, the players seem to love him.
Recruiting is amazing.
But hold on, but back to real quick as we close up. I thought the defensive secondary was talking about it. Maybe not just individual players. Maybe it's more of a scheme. How hard it is to run Venables' offense. You've got to get those. There's good talent there. They've got to learn how to play together in that scheme.
Remember that scheme won 2 national titles.
Too many people though were open in the middle of the field, and that will eat our lunch.
I said that was going to be our weakness.
But the defense, it's that.
They tightened up when they needed to, and that's what helped us win.
Well, let's look at here. We're at game 6 right now. We're getting ready to go. We
off week. We got an off week,
which is perfect.
OU's got off.
I want to see
University of Tulsa.
I want to see
Hurricane.
Well,
off week.
I want to see when we get to the Big 12 championship if we make it. Not putting the cart before the horse.
Nope. We still have Kansas to play. We still have.
But I want to see as the season.
UCF.
I want to see if the season or even the last game. I want to see if those 3 positions that the corner safety, the secondary. In the zone
and
and I want to see he did well.
I'm saying that's part of the secondary.
I want to see if that. I want to see if the offensive line run blocking, and I want to see if the special teams, if those 3 areas improve, because
special teams definitely.
We're going to see the defense, which has made a night and day improvement. But as we close out on OU, obviously we talked about we need an offensive hero. I said it to Mark. I said no one is starring for OU and Dylan Gabriel. Last quarter, I mean,
Dylan's starring.
We have
not. You know what we have not called him? You know what we're not calling the Flying Hawaiian.
Well, I know that there's been other people on this podcast that trash him, and I also know that they've also trashed.
And he's not here tonight,
and he's also trashed the defense. So I'm gonna have to give him shit next time that he's on here. But the defense from last year, this year,
I have trashed the secondary. I have trashed the secondary all season, saying
but they're still better. They're still better than what they were.
Very much. But they tightened down when they needed to tighten down.
But the Dylan Gabriel, hands down, the guy's going to go down as one of those players for OU. He's a borderline. I mean, I'm not saying we're going to win a national championship, but if we do, obviously, it's that.
You did text Heisman invite.
I did. I called that earlier in the year, in the off season before the game or the games even started. So I did call.
He's actually moved up in the Heisman standings.
He has. I know that. Yeah. We went out and we win.
I think Jordan Travis.
We can make the Final Four. He'll be invited.
My guy to win the Heisman, Jordan Travis, is still above him.
Yeah, I don't see him going anywhere. Their schedule's a breeze. All right. But anyway,
once they got past Clemson.
Any last thoughts on OU? They're off next week, so we're not going to talk about it. Then we open with
OU and Tulsa are both off, and I think we talked about Tulsa last week. I pulled up Tulsa. Tulsa lost by 3. It was a good showing. Very rainy,
hurricane type stuff.
It got really bad. Like they were losing. They brought in Braxton.
So he came back.
He came in. I guess Cardell Williams was just not pushing the offense. All I have to say about this is that Tulsa was supposed to lose by like 4, 5. and they only lost by 3. They shouldn't have lost FAU.
I agree with that.
They have a better team than that, but they did lose. Go Golden Hurricanes. Move on to the Kansas State Oklahoma State game, which we all, except for your wife,
Hey, it was one of the biggest surprises of the weekend.
very surprised.
Bowman
stayed in the whole
Give
time.
credit to Mike Gundy. Anytime the chips are down, he always finds a way to win a big game that he shouldn't. People are starting to chatter, talking maybe it's time for him to move on or them to find another coach.
The turnovers for Kansas State was a little bit of a gift to him.
But I watched that game.
Would you think the same about OU Texas though? I mean, we got 3. Texas fans are saying that.
I mean, if we capitalized on him, but we didn't really capitalize on him.
One we did, the first one.
Yeah.
OSU,
The beginning
But we forget about that Texas got a block punt. They forget about that one. That was a free 7. So the defense didn't give up. I said about that 20 number, it gave up 23.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the turnovers that Texas gave us, what should worry you is we didn't win by 20.
It's interesting.
I mean,
so
Oklahoma State won by 8.
But was much bigger.
With Alex Bowman as quarterback, which you have harped on all season as being the least mobile, is a statue.
His QBR is a 68. He was 19 to 35.
I watched that game. I'll say one thing that I noticed. It's my first OSU game to watch this year. They are slow.
They do look slow, don't they?
So slow.
Horribly.
They'll take off running. I mean, a defender
They don't
20 yards back will catch their ass each time.
They don't have the Chubba Hubbard or the Thurman Thomas or the Barry Sanders running
Jalen
back.
Warren.
Even
like they used to. They used to.
Even the wide receivers. No speed there either.
The Tyreek Hills, which I hate Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Well, he was a running back though.
Oh, Tyreek was there too.
He was a running back though.
Yeah, we were talking about. We were like, who's really elite there? Yeah, it shows you Gundy.
Yeah, I know. I know. You know, all that was size.
I'm a wide receiver, coach. Running back. That's like me.
But Kansas beat themselves. I have to say Kansas beat themselves.
I think that's kind of what Zach said. Will Howard had a notoriously bad game. 3 picks.
They look terrible.
15 to 34.
Absolutely terrible.
But you know what?
He ran for 104 yards.
But here's the deal.
With a running touchdown.
But this was the defense that I expected to see a little bit more of. But you have the box score.
This is the new guy. This is this. I'm in the box score. What do you?
Oh no! What was the total offense? Total offense.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and put this up for everybody to see.
So because I wanted to.
Oh, you want to see?
Yeah,
I know.
see
You
total,
want. You want to see team stats.
Yes, and so I thought that the defense played much better this game, and I thought that they played with a little more intensity.
Where was this team? Where was this team?
Dude, it's every
in
year.
Iowa State.
It's every year.
They're up. They're down.
Well, did Iowa State win last week?
Iowa State beat them.
And they beat TCU, I believe, too, last week.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, look that up.
I will. Yes, you.
Because we beat Iowa State. But this Oklahoma State team is so spastic, and I heard that pop. It is.
That his elbow.
But you don't know. You don't know who you're getting week to week. It's like dating a bipolar girl.
Which one? Kansas State or OSU?
OSU.
Okay.
You don't. You're gonna get the good girl. You're gonna get the bad girl.
Honestly, I wouldn't say it's too bipolar. I think they're just ass.
Oh no! Trust me. The
Kansas State was, I think, like sealed with a bow.
The week before,
You're probably a little bit of right
week
back.
before, Oklahoma State could not move the ball. Georgia, remember Georgia? Was that Georgia Southern or South Alabama? Couldn't move the ball at all.
Oh God, we get to play OSU this year too. Last year
At OSU.
massacre. You think it'll be worse than our first game?
It's never
With
massacre,
Brent
it's
Venables?
Bedlam,
No, it's never.
But they're going to be hungry for
You
that.
think
Remember?
Do you think
both
this will
of
be?
them.
A,
Do you remember when
will
we?
this be a record in our
Do you
rivalry?
no? Do you remember? Do you remember when Bob Stoops would go in and it was Les Miles was coaching and we were like, we're gonna walk all over these motherfuckers, and then all of a sudden, fucking Justin Blackman's fucking catching like.
Hey, that's the
touchdowns.
that's the key about OU though. OSU's going to be hungry for that game. It's last time they play them. Is OU going to
because
focus?
Oklahoma State has said we're not going to schedule you immediately. We have all this other shit now.
Well, I think OU's hungry to show.
Is the trap?
Listen, there's a reason we're
was
leaving,
Cincinnati
and
the
you're
trap
not.
game, or is it UCF the trap game? this year? I mean, there's always one that's
Kansas.
Oh, like Iowa.
I don't think
Iowa
so
State
with
will beat
Kansas.
us randomly every now and then.
They're
Yeah.
ranked.
Bean
no.
or Daniels.
Daniels will be back for us, I'm sure.
I'm sure
I know
the
you're talking about
Daniels
this.
is
There's
going to
always
be
that
back.
random loss. That's
There
like
is,
the fact.
but they always pick the team they think they're going to beat pretty easily and just roll.
Well, I think-
Maybe this was Kansas State's trap. Who knows? But it shouldn't have been. Friday night at OSU, blackout fans. I mean, I don't even know
OSU,
But
what.
that's what I'm saying.
You
What
don't know why they picked
happened?
against
They're both hungry.
Kansas
You're
State
saying-
had only lost to Missouri, and Missouri is a weird
But you give
team
shit about
right
Iowa
now.
State, though. I mean, Iowa State.
They're 4-1.
You know, they're 3-3, but they lost to
Iowa
Iowa
State?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm
They
saying
lost to Iowa.
I'm
They're
thinking-
5-1. They lost to Iowa by only 7, and they lost to Ohio, which
That's
is not
why
a
I
great-
picked. That's
3
why I
points.
picked Wisconsin, undefeated Wisconsin versus Iowa, for one of our games this week.
But then turn around and OU beats them by 30, and everyone's like, chump change, ain't got anybody. Then turn around and beat TCU, who TCU.
Hold on, now Cincinnati. Now Cincinnati got beat last week by.
It's a pretty weak Big 12. It is.
But
You know,
they said that OU, that's going to be the toughest defense that you face all season.
Who? Besides
Cincinnati.
Besides Texas.
Yeah, besides Texas.
Essentially, it's going to be just the best front line you're going to face from Cincinnati.
They
Besides
said
Texas.
defense.
Besides Texas.
Now everybody's discounting
Baylor should-
SMU.
Now,
And SMU is not a bad team.
they've had some issues. But, okay, so what about OSU? What's next? What's next for
Nothing.
them?
They got Iowa.
Huh?
Yeah.
What is their next schedule? I kind of want to look over that real quick.
The next game is
Central Arkansas.
Kansas.
Oh shit.
That's
That's
what we're
right.
taking.
That's right. That's
And
right.
I told you that earlier, and I forgot.
Cowboys beat Kansas, and how are you feeling?
Sad.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Very upset.
Because
very-
we need Kansas to stay undefeated until they
So
play.
Kansas-
yeah, we need to play another ranked team.
Kansas isn't undefeated.
Yes.
Exactly. I'm sorry, stay defeated until they play us. How about that? Are you good with that one?
Yeah, they're finally in the top. We finally have three teams in the top 25, and we need
Who's
Kansas,
the third?
Texas, OU, and Kansas.
Oh, just us. No, I meant
Kansas just moved back
I meant
in.
who we're playing. We're only playing 2 ranked
Just one
teams.
more. Yeah. just
Yeah,
one. So
Kansas
far.
would be our one more ranked team, and we
more
need
than
them to
Georgia.
stay in.
They only got one.
Oh no, they moved the SEC in and out.
Hey! I did see as far as
Like
schedule
candy.
so far, OU at the top 5 had the hardest winning percentage. I swear to God, Michigan
The
had
RPI?
they were like 111th in
Where was
strength
Georgia?
of schedule. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was RPI. RPI.
weak.
I should have
Very weak.
screenshot of that. But they said now that's after we played Texas though, so
Yeah.
that schedule is going to change for some of them.
Yeah. So we're looking at we're
No, what's
looking, we're
OSU
going to
today?
Oklahoma State going Kansas, West Va, which I might pick West Va in that game because Neil is trying to keep his job in that, and he's been doing really well. What are they? One loss.
They're right over there. They're undefeated in Big 12 play. They're 2-0, and I think they've got
I
just
picked
one
West
loss.
Virginia.
Yeah, they're one loss, but he's trying to keep his damn job. That's the whole thing.
Another thing about Kansas is their bye week is before our game.
Who's West Virginia's loss?
Was that
It wasn't
Pitt?
Pitt. No, it wasn't Pitt.
they beat Pitt, didn't they?
They beat Pitt.
Anyway,
Their one loss was.
was talking about that. Kansas's bye week is before OU, so they play OSU, then they go on a bye, then they play us. That's going to be advantage Kansas a little bit there. But and then they play Iowa. They play Iowa
that's okay.
State,
That's
Tech, Kansas
Penn
State, and
Dang
Cincinnati.
it.
Was it close?
No, 38-15. We still have to jump Penn State to get into that.
We did
Let
the
me
AP.
go ahead. Let me go ahead and pull up.
Yeah, we already jumped him.
We already upped it with the AP, dude.
That's AP.
That's what matters.
That's not final FPS rankings.
Well, they don't start that yet.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
AP means more than a coach's poll. I promise you that.
No,
AP
I
takes
understand that. I get
Georgia
that.
number 1, Michigan number 2, Ohio State number 3, Florida State number 4, OU makes
You
the
are
top
reading
5.
this off. I'm about to show our fans.
Anyway, so the interesting game coming up. Anyway.
Okay. So here was the thing. Way too high. We should not have jumped Oregon. Oregon should be above us, and not because I picked Oregon in the Final Four. I'm saying Oregon.
Who's Oregon beat that's so good?
Colorado?
Yeah.
LOL.
Colorado. LLL.
Texas Tech,
LMFAO.
Have they played
Barely.
USC yet?
barely.
No, that
Is
that
that this
game
week?
that game's
Who does
later.
Oregon
That
play
game's
this
later.
week? Washington.
Washington.
Laos. Mark it down.
Hold on, we'll talk about. Hold on, we'll talk about that.
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
We're not there
Where's
yet.
Washington ranked? Oh, 7. Okay.
Right above them, you dumb. Can you
So
read?
Washington beats Oregon. Where does that put them to us?
Ahead of us.
That'll jump us.
Because I mean, it's a bye.
Even though
We have one,
but even though I
ranked-
don't think that's right, because
But we
our,
have
our
one.
win's better.
Okay, in our defense,
They were ranked 3. Texas was ranked number 3.
That's
They-
dramatic.
They had
but-
they had the national
Oklahoma's
national
defense-
people was playoff already. Texas
in
is not.
Oklahoma's defense, they jumped Texas way too high.
Texas already prepared for the SEC.
After- well,
I love
after
it that they're going to
Texas-
win this Big 12 and the national title,
Stop.
securing their way
So
there.
after Texas beat Alabama,
There was a lot of that.
I know.
After Texas beat Alabama, they ranked Texas all the way up to number 5, number 4.
Alabama's
And-
still 11th and 10th though, and they've won.
But what I'm
and
saying is they jumped Texas all the way up into
we
the
just
top
jumped 7
5
spots.
because we beat Texas because Texas beat Alabama.
Texas, Oregon.
You can't have
Texas,
this over this
Texas,
over this.
Oregon on a neutral field. Who you got?
I find
Oregon.
putting Texas behind Alabama kind of rude. Oh, that's the coaches? Okay, never. That's the coaches one. I was like, shit.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah.
And you want to
what coach
talk
did
about
that?
you want to
What-
talk about
what coach
Miami?
said that?
Miami just got in the top 25, and what did they do? Did you see the end of that game? Did you see the end of the Miami
Yeah,
game?
we was going to talk about that when we got past OSU, but anyway.
Okay, but
Are we done with OSU?
Yeah, we're done with OSU.
Well, what was their
We
schedule?
don't know.
No,
we-
what was their? Go back to their schedule. I want to see because I had the over, and I need that over 6.5.
Can you not do that?
It is.
No, he's gonna slap the table every time.
I want the over-under.
He's upset because his hands aren't as big as mine, but they're bigger than yours with your tiny hands.
Matchup predictor. I like that.
Oh yeah, everybody. Oklahoma State's not predicted throughout the rest of the season.
Too many
All right.
uncertain questions there.
So they're going to run into Kansas, and then they got Westfall, and then they've got Cincy. They go to Westfall. Kansas is at home. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Kansas is at home. They go to Westfall. Cincy's at home. OU's at home. And then they've got to go to UCF, which possibly is a loss, when
I see 6 total wins at best.
Can you see them losing out?
BYU.
I don't think losing
what is
out-
BYU? What is BYU?
Houston's pretty bad.
I was like, maybe beating Houston.
No, BYU's definitely a win. But this right here, I am
Mark
very
that down.
confused by this BYU game.
Well, that's going to be a confusing game for us going to BYU in November.
Yeah.
And let's say we're sitting there ranked number 2 or number 3,
It's
undefeated
snowing.
still, snows on the ground, 0 run game.
Let's improve on it.
It's like we had a run game anyway.
Maybe we have a slide game then. No, that game concerns
Is
me.
that Dylan's Heisman ceiling game?
It could be.
Ah!
500 yards.
You can't
Yeah.
say ceiling. That's
No,
mine-
but no,
my
that's the one
assessment
game
say.
that concerns me simply because the elements and the ego.
We'll be okay.
Yeah.
Is that the ego you're talking about?
So,
Dylan
Exactly.
Dylan
Zach's
Gabriel.
beginning- after 3 wins, Zach's like, yep, sorry, you're
Dylan Gabriel.
Oh, 3 wins. I put us in Final Four.
Dylan Gabriel wins out, whereas everybody else has
Week
one
2.
loss. Whereas everybody else has one loss. Dylan Gabriel wins out, goes into the Big 12 national title in Dallas. It wins that Heisman.
Yeah, I do want to add one more thing about the Oklahoma Texas game, and then, if you guys want to move on. But I do find it, it's just my opinion.
We can't stop going back to it. Anyway.
Texas just, they do
I
have,
can't stop going past
do
that
have,
V-neck shirt.
Yeah, but
Texas does have the benefit. I mean,
Everybody
the Red
has
River
Texas.
rivalry, they have the benefit, and then the Big 12 in Dallas, they have. I mean, I know it's close to us,
But everybody
but everyone's
has
a fucking
Texas
fan.
as Texas is back.
I
Baby.
would.
I'm saying that it's in Texas with all
I
those
would make a
fans.
prediction that OU would have more fans at the Big 12 championship if we stay undefeated.
Oh yeah, we
in
definitely
Texas.
traveled down to Dallas. Well, we travel everywhere.
Sure.
I'm not gonna lie.
Who could
we
go
travel
to that?
everywhere.
I'd have a heart attack. I could go to that. Undefeated, go see the Texas
I'm
game.
not watching.
I
that,
would.
actually. I'm not.
I wanna go.
I would. No.
I would love
I'll
to.
DVR it.
Yeah.
I'll
And
go.
someone can tell me, and I'll assess it later for
Yeah.
podcast purposes.
Exactly.
I'll go. I'll find
We
my
won?
If we
new,
lose,
Okay, cool.
well, fuck it.
I'll go. I'll find my new wife, and then I'll tell Kenny we lost. But he has a nephew coming.
No,
Sports Candy Lana Del Rey spotted at the.
Exactly.
Who the fuck is a Sports Candy? Most Googled.
Lana
You
Del
see him with
Rey.
handcuffs. It's like, could you get him away?
And I'm like, I just want to smell you, Lana Del Rey. Oh, you smell delicious.
Oh, jeez. All right, let's move on. Hey, good win
All right.
for OSU. Let's see what you got this week. What you got against Kansas?
Oh, and by the way, killed our stats.
No, I'm
Not a
not.
bunch of dicks.
I'm not. Who did? What?
Oklahoma State.
Oh yeah,
Killed
yeah.
our
Yeah, I
college.
definitely picked Kansas State on that one.
Everybody but
Well, I mean, look what they
everybody
look
but
like.
your
They look
wife.
like hammered shit. I mean,
Everybody but your wife. I know. And Alex Bowman started the game, but we talked
played
about
the whole
this.
one. Yeah, played the whole game.
We were at your son's football game, which R.I.P. Chelsea, who should have beaten Shoto. We beat the number one team in the state, and
They weren't number one. They were used to be number
well,
one.
we beat a number one team in the state, and then lost to Shoto.
Our high school minute. Anyway,
Have you ever been to Shoto?
Yeah. I could barely spell it, but anyway,
I can spell it.
Let's talk-
It's Chateau.
you couldn't spell surprise. But anyway, and you're like, what is this surprise? Surprise.
You know what? Sometimes,
Sword.
sometimes the brain scramblings happen.
Anyway.
Weber State.
Yeah, exactly. And Weber State.
Thanks for making fun of my brain.
It was just one word.
My brain hemorrhage.
Hey, as we finished up college, because I was in a euphoric state, the rest of the games on Saturday were so easy to watch. You talk about
we had a lot of fun.
the one thing that I wanted to talk about, and so you want to move to that one? Okay, I was gonna go down the list a little bit until we hit the nightcap.
Were there any real? Oh, there were.
Alabama A&M interested me only because I thought that A&M might be back, kinda, but they're not. But hey,
I thought they were going to be closer.
would you give one thing I want to talk about though? Would you give the pollsters credit this year? A&M 4-1, still unranked. That's unheard of.
It really
the past 3 years before.
It really is.
They'd start out at top 5, lose
they beat
one.
A-team. They beat A-team, and they're all.
Yeah, they'd lose one, move to
automatically
10, and then they'd lose another one and move to 13 because they were SEC. And then it'd take 6 fucking losses to get them out of the top 25. But so voters have been right on that. I thought Alabama. What's his name? The quarterback. God, I can't think of his name.
Wigman was out.
No, for
Milroe?
yeah, he looked better.
Alabama.
He made some good plays.
Well, their defense looked a hell of a lot better.
I thought he played a little better. And then you've got Notre Dame laying an egg against Louisville. Go Louisville, 5-0. And you're another one that laid an egg that Kentucky looked.
I did not expect Louisville to be the team that beat Notre Dame. I had Duke being the team that beat Notre Dame.
Did you expect Ohio State to be the team that also beat Notre Dame?
No.
Oh,
no, I had
you
Notre
did
Dame
either.
beating Ohio State.
Okay, I was just going to say, because I expected that. Anyway, so...
Fuck you. Fuck you. Because, you know why? Because that 1 second didn't matter. That 1 second did not matter, and I had that game won.
It was a push. But anyway... Hey, look at...
Yeah, it was a push and loss for everybody.
But no, look at Louisville. I was impressed with them.
Very much so.
Can you pull up this week's schedule, Sean, as far as all the big games? Arizona had their first loss. Or, I'm sorry, Missouri had their first loss.
I don't know. I can pull up the top 25.
Yeah, do that. Missouri...
you know what game I did want to take? I did, but it's going to happen on Tuesday. Liberty versus Jackson State.
Oh, we are back to Tuesday football, baby.
Yeah.
It's football.
I did want to take that
all week long.
But it's way too early for because they're undefeated and they have one loss.
Well, tickets are low as $8. You could probably travel over there and check it out.
Do you want to drive to Jacksonville, Alabama?
No.
Okay, then I would, but
I don't. There's a lot of those teams right there that's got some tradition there, but have not played well.
So I'm going to tell you right now, games that we're taking for this week. We're taking the Tulane Memphis game because that is going to be the title for the ACC or AAC.
That or SMU should be in a mix there.
Right.
Yeah.
But right now, this is the battle for number 1.
Understood.
And then I went with the Iowa-Wisconsin game.
Looking at the schedule, though, I had to mention the good win for Fresno State this weekend.
Oh, very good win for Fresno State.
Still undefeated,
Fresno
I believe.
State.
No, or they just lose one to some good.
They just lost.
Go ahead, give me sure the game.
But I'm taking the Iowa versus Wisconsin game because That is the battle for who can.
Sorry, I was wrong. Good win for Wyoming over Fresno.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah,
Fresno was
because I wanted to take that game last week, and I didn't do it.
And I promise you that helps OU standing.
I wanted to take
because
it, and I didn't.
Wyoming hung with Texas, so it looks better that Wyoming continues to win. They've only got one loss, and they beat Fresno, who was undefeated.
Now I thought about the Arkansas-Alabama game, and I said, no, I don't want to do that.
What was it? Is there anybody in the top 25? I mean, obviously Washington.
We're doing Oregon-Washington.
I mean, obviously that's the game of the week, hands down. Is that the night game? Oh,
2:30 in the afternoon. Night games.
Fuck. Who schedules this shit? USC night game.
Oh, it is.
Typical. No.
USC Notre Dame. We're also doing the USC Notre Dame game.
I'm going Notre Dame by 10+. What's
Well,
the spread on that? What's the spread on that?
1.5 is what we saw, wasn't it?
Who's the favorite?
2.5. Is it 1.5 or 2.5?
Who's the favorite?
Notre Dame.
Okay.
But hold on.
And I said there's a conspiracy.
Is Arizona generational?
I told you earlier.
Is that what you're about to get to?
I told you.
Is
earlier.
Lincoln Riley already interviewing head coaching jobs in the NFL?
I told Kenny earlier.
Bears.
Don't move to this game yet.
There was a conspiracy
that.
that
we talk a little bit about that.
Arizona, that USC tried to spot Arizona 17 points at the beginning of the game, right? Hey, let's spot them 17 points. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're just going to slaughter them. But it didn't work out that way. It ended up being 3 overtimes and Caleb Williams having to be the superstar, which Caleb Williams should not be winning the Heisman this season.
It's Penix.
Well, or Travis.
I'm not sold on Florida State. I'm just not.
But what I'm saying is, Penix or Travis
are
Travis's my
stats?
main two.
What is his stats? Can you pull those up for me? I'm just curious. My phone's dead. I'd look. I bet I am. Just
I'm sure I can.
Go to stats right there. It says stats. No, it's on the screen that you're on already.
Where?
Just get back on the screen.
You guys computer talking while we're trying to talk.
And then hit
sports.
stats.
You want okay.
No, just hit stats.
I see what you want to see.
Season leaders.
Season leaders.
Because they should be the top 2 if you're thinking. I mean, Shadur. Jesus.
Well, you remember Shadur does his.
But where's your guy at? He's not even top 5.
Who we talking about?
I'm not sold on Jordan Travis.
Jordan Travis. He's talking about.
I'm not.
Travis.
I mean, I'm really not. Where's he at? Let's find him. Keep scrolling. He's not top 11. Oh, God. Is he not top 15?
He's TJ Finley right there.
That's him?
That's him. JT Finley.
Keep going. Where's he at? This is his Heisman pick. Oh.
Look at
Bo
Nix,
Nix is
number
right
31.
there.
Dear God. Is he... are we going in the 40s?
I think you must have missed him.
He's not top 50. I mean, that's...
No, he's up there somewhere.
No, he's somewhere. Shadur.
We can go by yards and then everything else if you'd like. Has Shadur played an extra game than Penix? Because I just feel like that stat's a little off.
Oh no! Remember that that Shadur just takes sacks.
They're both 16-2 though. Yeah, Shadur
Yeah, but
definitely
Shadur
does. Look at the
takes-
sacks. Holy shit. That is insane.
He'll blame the line though.
And his rating is not higher for that reason. Caleb
Well,
Williams,
look at where Dylan Gabriel has
look at-
moved up
Look
to.
at Caleb
6.
Williams' rating though. Damn. And he's 21-1. Fuck.
Invitee, baby.
Oh, I think he's actually.
Oh, and the one interception.
So Jordan
was
Travis ain't even on top 50, and I'm
Oh,
not
surely
just.
he's there
I'm not just
somewhere.
trying to say fuck you, Sean, but
He's
I
really
just,
not.
I just don't, I don't. I'm not
Hey,
sold on him. I'm not sold on Florida State.
Neither is the nation.
Oh, there he is.
apparently.
I mean,
He's
like,
number 60.
Oh yeah, 60.
let's look at his stats. Rick. How many yards he got?
You know what is but
About 1,000 less than my guy,
yeah,
Okay.
but
and he's got 10 and 5.
He's only taken one sack or one interception.
he's not going to win.
So you're saying his O line's better
He
than
only has-
everyone else's,
he only has-
and he's done less.
No, he's taken 5 sacks and he's only got 1 interception.
And then how many touchdowns?
12.
Yeah, not a Heisman, bud. I mean,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now, hold on, no.
What does the Penix have?
You're right about.
The Penix has 2 interceptions.
16 touchdowns.
3 sacks.
3 sacks. Rating 196.5. His average is 11.2. Who's got the highest average? Click on the average right there.
This one?
Yeah. Let's do
Probably
a minimum.
Dylan
Let's do a
Gabriel.
minimum of games too.
Oh, Caleb Williams.
No, Gabriel's not going to be up as high as you think he is. He's going to be down a little bit more.
He should be. But how was Jalen Monroe?
Anyway, let's put that Travis Heisman talk to rest.
Okay, you really want to talk about this? Arkansas State's quarterback is up there.
That's for fucking average, bro.
You said pull up the average.
Well, hey,
and that guy's
you're
how many
Michael
games has he
Penix
played?
Jr.?
He's got 850 yards.
Doesn't
He
matter.
doesn't throw that.
Michael
often.
Penix Jr. should not be up there
No, so
with
Just do overall.
Arkansas State.
Overall, your guy's 60.
The
Rank over on rank, he's
Well, no,
60.
I'm not sold.
That's totally fine.
I'm not sold on Florida State either yet. I think their defense is much better. Offense obviously is better.
Who have they played that's good?
Well, that's why I've got their schedule.
Clemson.
Now LSU's not good. LSU's not good. They beat them. We've known that LSU's not good. They killed Southern Miss, which is not any good. They went to Boston College.
And Duke beat Clemson, which makes you not look that good.
They went
saying
to-
that you beat both of them.
They went to Boston College and won by 2, and then they went to Clemson and won by 6.
Which is why I picked Boston College that 1 week and got fucked. Thank you, Florida State. That's another reason I hate you.
Don't even laugh about it.
Well, I mean,
I just think ranking them 4, we're being a little dramatic. Is Florida State and Alabama, they play?
no. What are you talking about? They're in different. I mean, you're talking ACC. Florida State's.
Oh, my bad, they are. I thought they were.
Florida State's remaining schedule. Syracuse at home. Duke at home. Then they go to Wake. They go to Pittsburgh. Miami at Florida on the 11th.
Okay, they
North
beat
Alabama, Florida State.
They beat the brakes
No, Florida
off.
State's probably going to win out.
They beat the
I know, it's
brakes
not
off
hard schedule,
LSU, which is one of your teams, and then
It was one of my teams in September
Yeah, we were wrong about
or
LSU.
August. I mean, we all caught that.
Dude. Yeah.
so Creston.
Is FSU
Kenny
in your
and
Final
Zach.
Four? Oh, they are. They're huge. Anyway, no,
Still
go back. Go
winning.
back to the schedule. I don't-
It's looking like, Sean, you'll have 3 and I'll have 3. Cool.
What do you mean I'll have 3?
Oh, I'll have 3. You'll have 2.
I don't think
Not
I'll
till
have
Oregon
any.
whips that ass.
We'll have Georgia and Michigan.
Let's get back to the schedule. Real quick before we move on to the NFL.
Yeah, we're done looking at 60 rank Jordan Travis.
You guys are the ones trying to look at Heisman people based on stats. I mean, stats don't show everything yet. Yet.
Did he just say...
I said, now, let me finish.
I am confused.
Folks, you're hearing
Who
it
are
here
you?
first.
No, I said
Stats don't tell
Who are
everything.
you?
No, I said
You shut up. You're not Kenny.
I said
Bring
yet.
Kenny back.
I said yet.
Bring Stat Kenny back.
No, I said yet
Bring
because
Stat. I'm gonna slap
no,
you.
because most you're gonna get 3 non-conference games generally unless you're in the
Yeah,
SEC.
I know what you're saying. You're like talking about guys being heroes. In
I don't know
games.
who this guy
like,
is.
Like Dylan
This is
Gabriel
not
did in the
Stat
Texas
Kenny.
game. And, well, that still just puts Jordan Travis as not doing shit yet. So
No, but I mean, you need to go through your schedule and those big.
Phoenix beats Oregon handily this week. Heisman.
Oh, somebody's cute.
I'm not
Todd.
disagreeing with that.
I know you're not.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to put the
That
Jordan
Oregon
Travis to
defense
rest.
is gonna.
You're
take
going
his
Oregon,
ass.
obviously. You're going Washington.
That Oregon is gonna. Oregon's gonna. Take
I don't
his
have
ass to
any
the painter.
Pac-12 team in my Final Four, which it don't matter now anyway. I'm leaning Washington. I just kind of want to give it a little more time before I pick, and we
That's
are
cool.
doing our picks
That's cool.
for that
That's
game,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
Are we? Yeah.
Yep.
So
We're picking that game.
I'll know by Thursday. It's Monday
That's
right now. So rest of the schedule. Sean,
One more question on that before we move on. What
Yeah.
was the spread on that one? The Oregon?
3.5 Washington.
No, I think
three.
it was 2.5.
Was it 2? Yeah, it might have been 2.5 Washington.
Go. Sean,
Either way,
So
Washington
no
was favored.
spread. The 2.5 is such a...
Washington was
It's fucking-
favored.
Well, it was 2.5. I think, and they're at home.
Bleh.
So that which means usually technically used to in the older days you'd get 3 points being home. Go down a little bit on that schedule. What was the other games? I want to talk about USC.
USC was.
You talked a little bit
Notre
about USC
Dame.
while I was gone for a minute. You were giving hell about Caleb Williams.
Well, no, what I was saying was
He's
what I
talking about
told.
Pittsburgh.
No, what I was saying.
Lead into
What I was
Phoenix.
saying was what I told you earlier. Was it seems like
What USC fan conjured that, though?
Oh, I did.
Dude, it wasn't
I did.
supposed to be close.
no, I did.
They allowed
I
it
did.
to happen.
It wasn't the USC. It was me.
Oh.
It seemed like.
Well, don't give him that credit.
Well, no, it seemed like they
You
were
heard
trying
it
to
here
say,
first,
like they were,
conspiracy
like they
theory.
were saying, yeah, it's conspiracy theory. We're gonna spot you 10 to 17 points.
For what
and
reason?
Then we're
Is
gonna
this
come
to
back
make more points?
to make
maybe,
Caleb Williams look much better
Yeah.
and make their defense look better.
I don't think.
But it didn't work out the
I
way
think
that
their
it was
defense
supposed
looks
to.
anything but better. Or good.
But that's what I'm
To be
saying. I'm
honest,
saying
like-
it was a conspiracy to try to make it.
The
look
really
better.
good freshman receiver, I think, is Branch.
Is
His last
Arizona
name, he
really
was
that good?
out.
Where does Notre Dame
Brian
rank
Branch is
after
out.
they beat
Yeah.
USC?
That you're thinking
and
that's
where does
NFL.
USC go?
What do you mean?
I said, where does USC go after Notre Dame wins?
Well, no, I want to talk about that. So
They just keep falling.
So what do you think that the primo games are? So you got the 2:30 game. Obviously, it's going to be Oregon, Washington, and then you've got North Carolina at Miami tonight. After Miami's horrific loss last week for taking it,
You see the coaches poll?
Are you talking about Miami of Ohio versus Western Michigan? That's
No,
a primo
it's
game.
just Miami at
That's a primo game.
I want to see
Okay,
if
South Carolina's highlighted because I love South Kakalaki. That's going to be a fun game to watch. I don't think we will.
I wouldn't.
We're going to end up watching Oklahoma State versus Kansas.
Wouldn't watch that either.
Tennessee versus
We're
A&M.
watching Oregon and Washington. Move down to the sixth the games.
Oh.
Notre Dame,
really?
obviously. USC and Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, USC, then we're going to be, that's going to be,
that's
you're going to
gonna
be
be about
flipping
it.
to that.
And that.
Duke and NC
And
State.
you're going to be flipping to that. And you're going to be flipping to that.
The Duke and NC
Do you have an
State.
SEC
No,
vote?
no chance there.
What?
No chance for NC State on Duke.
And your late game that you're going to be watching, I guarantee you,
I mean,
you're
Duke
going to end up.
looks. I mean, very
Your
well
late
rounded
game
team.
that you'll be watching is the Boise State-Colorado State game.
That's about 80 beers deep.
Yep.
I'll never root for
Whoa.
Boise State again. Fuck
I would say
them.
17.
People don't forget, okay?
Yeah, with your Statue of Liberty
I
bullshit.
hate their fucking orange field.
What is blue? It's blue.
Oh, they're
It's not
blue
orange.
field.
No, you shut up. Who has the orange field?
Okay, that's. I don't know. Who are you mocking me? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
at
just
all.
you.
I think it's every OU fan watching the game.
Oh,
Yeah, it's almost every OU fan, but it's mainly drunk Kenny.
Yeah.
You don't score on us like you used to. I bet you try it now with that Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
shit.
you'll see how this game.
You want it?
You have
think
Venables
you
would
think
beat
you
your
can
ass.
stop Dylan Gabriel and Tawi?
What are you
Look
talking
at
about?
your
They
ass.
can get in the pool and watch the game, and I can't.
my
Man,
word.
I took my pants off for this game.
2.5. Washington is a favorite, and actually Kansas is only 3.5 favorite against Ohio State. So that's interesting. So move on to
Kansas?
Is that a final?
Yeah.
Kansas
Damn
is
it.
only 3.5.
Rough.
Well, I went 4-1 on my NFL picks.
Boy, I didn't get
5-0.
my 770 points that I needed.
Oh, did you not?
Did you
Dang.
North Carolina. Let's talk about North Carolina, Miami, real quick.
Fucking Marvin Mims Jr. with that goddamn
Negative.
-6.
Jordan Aston killing
Is he
it
on
your
your
bench.
trademark?
Do you want him?
Thinking.
I'll give you 2.
You don't want anyone from the Broncos.
I know. It was a joke. All right, let's move on to those. You got Miami or North Carolina. I think Drake May's it. Does Miami bounce back? The game is at North Carolina. 3.5 point favorites.
That's Miami.
Miami fucked up at the end of their game. Why?
Well, actually, I don't know.
Okay, they lost to Georgia Tech. Why did they run when they could have just kneeled? Does anybody know?
It's not the first time he's done that, and it's not the first time that other coaches do that. I've seen this before. NFL's a prime example also.
Yeah. But you're looking at, you have the game won.
His fumble is
Just
so
me.
lame too. It's not even like a crazy. It's just like it's like he just let go of it.
What's like Christian McCaffrey last night during the Dallas game? He just rolled over and was like, "There's the ball. I gotta go."
Sorry, he's busy scoring touchdowns.
No, I got that, but at the same time, it was the same kind.
So,
It was-
how long do we
it
have
was-
to talk about the Cowboys tonight, or can we just make
No,
it a
hold on,
quick,
no,
quick
no.
10-second?
No,
and just,
we're gonna blow through that shit.
Last game I want to talk about college real quick.
He's
Is
got to
US
make his USC comments.
I do.
Let's
I mean,
go.
let's talk about USC and Arizona. You had that pulled up. Have you still got it on your tab? I want to talk a little bit about USC. This week they play Notre Dame. Now, Notre Dame lost last week and looked...
Finally! They should have lost to Duke.
They looked very
They
pedestrian.
should have beaten.
They
They
just...
should have beaten Ohio State.
They just looked
and
very...
they should have lost to Duke.
USC is very pedestrian too. They have a generational quarterback, college quarterback, and that helps a lot.
I want to give you a quick stat about the Trojans. 6-0, combined record 10-24, and their next 6 foes record 26-7.
Oh, they're about to head into that. They're
Oh yeah, the gauntlet.
Yeah.
yeah, they're about to head right into.
I stayed
Lincoln's like, so you're saying
Well,
Chicago's
let me-
interested in me as well?
Yeah.
Not only LA.
He didn't want to go to Chicago.
Well, no, hey, listen.
Him, Caleb. I heard that was kind of a rumor.
But hold
Maybe
on.
they just
But
like
no,
kind of.
Caleb
Hold-
wants Miami, New York.
No one. He never said that. His agent threw that out there like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he did. He threw up the Vikings. That's only because they were hoping to trade Cousins, probably same agent, or associated.
Oh yeah, no
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, there's a lot of
Rosenhaus?
collusion there. I
There
don't know,
is. There's
but
agents. They
Yeah.
manage 8 players. They're trying to make the most.
and they manage 50 fucking Twitter guys.
Doesn't
Yeah.
Cousins have
We need an
Rosenhaus?
agent. What?
Is it
I don't know.
Rosenhaus?
I don't know. Don't care. I mean, he probably does because he's made a lot of money for
What's your
being very
comments about
average.
USC though?
No, I stayed up for that game. I thought that the refs helped them a lot. Arizona helped them a lot too.
Here
to win.
is they're about to enter
Funny
the
about that
gauntlet.
game. I went to bed, woke up, and I seen triple overtime. I was like, I just chuckled. I was like,
And,
wow.
and give it credit to Caleb Booms. He made a lot of good
21
plays.
Notre Dame, 16 Utah. They get an
They beat-
easy
they beat-
easy Cal game.
They beat Utah.
right
100%,
into Washington,
100%.
right into UC,
You're talking about
Oregon,
USC beat
right
Utah.
into
Yes.
UCLA.
Yeah, Rising's not back, I don't think.
It doesn't-
Rising,
Why is he
it doesn't
not
matter.
back?
It's a venge game.
I have
and,
not
I mean,
seen anything they were said. He's supposed to be back. He's supposed
But
to be back.
Notre Dame-
not back.
loss. Utah win. Cal win. Loss. Potential loss.
3 losses.
Yeah, your 3 losses are Notre Dame and
I
Washington.
want to say 4, but I will go with your 3.
I'm not sold on Notre Dame yet. I think that I might.
So what's your third?
I like. Go back down.
UCLA.
I do. I think that could be.
Kenny,
an
that's
upset.
the end of the screen.
That's what I'm saying. I think that could be. An
It's
upset.
all Sam
I
Hartman
think
from
that could be an
here.
upset.
Oh, and then the Pac-12
It's all
championship
that
against
sweet
Washington. No, they
bearded
lost.
Sam. It's all
That'd
that
be 3.
sweet bearded Sam Hartman from here.
That'd be 3. Yeah, I got them losing 3
All right,
games.
dude, we hit an hour. We haven't even talked about anything else.
We don't have to talk about much.
Cowboys. It's not their year.
No, hold on. Last thing we talked about SEC. Well, we'll talk about that. I got some college tidbits at the end. But think about name your top 5 in the SEC right now. If Texas and OU is there, we'll talk about that a little bit.
In my opinion, there really isn't a top 5. Like I said, everyone's down this year. Everyone doesn't really
I
look
got
that
Bama,
well.
LSU.
This is in order of the best teams. If Texas
just
and OU,
just the teams. Just
if
the
Texas and okay,
Georgia,
Oh, Texas and OU's there.
yes.
Tennessee.
Do you not? Can you not see
Well, I
that?
got a little
then
bias.
then I'll put Oklahoma, Texas in. That's
okay.
6, but I'll put them in.
So let's say you've got top 5. Could you not say
What
right
did you
now?
say? Georgia, Alabama, LSU, Texas, Oklahoma?
Yeah.
That's what I would say too.
No, well, I added Tennessee. They're a weird team.
So is
They
LSU.
are a very
but I take
weird
LSU
team.
over Tennessee.
Very weird team.
Do they play?
Are we missing it? Is there a big one we're missing? It's like a huge
No, not
one.
really. Not really. Well, the fact that Missouri's they just was undefeated.
They did look really good, and they just fucking blew it.
Kentucky.
They do it every year.
Kentucky should have hung. With,
They're on their easy schedule this year. They'll get
You
ready.
got it on easy.
it's
Every 3 years, Missouri shows up and goes, "Look at us! We
It's-
won 8
it's-
games. We're in the
it's,
SEC, baby."
It's the EA
Is that gonna be us next year? I just don't like to talk too
EA
much about that.
NCAA easy.
We're gonna go back to this. Who's the top 5 SEC teams with us next year?
It was
We're
like the
putting in
year-
there, Giggle.
It was like that year that.
Well, they say we're going to be. Some people say we're going to be the next Nebraska's.
No, it was like that year that me and Ace took Youngstown State, put them in the Big Ten, and started beating everybody in the Big Ten, and had a #1 class.
What division did Nebraska go to?
Big
the
Ten.
West, Big Ten West,
Yeah, and where were they at?
Big 12.
Yeah, I just wouldn't call us Nebraska. It's just not.
Pretty sure that I know.
No,
2008,
we're gonna A&M.
Who's usually great out of the Big 12
You,
West?
you know what Nebraska's
Who's that?
problem is, though?
Who's the Big 12
That's the
West?
problem. Is it's always Iowa or Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's like it's a dead
Is
conference.
this the last
and-
year they're going to do that, and then they're
What?
going to change to next year and just take the best teams in the Big Ten?
Yeah,
Or did
they're
or
going
did
to
they change that
yeah,
this
no,
year?
they're-
ACC changed it. This year.
ACC did that. They're
So they don't have
going to
divisions.
next
They don't have
year.
divisions anymore.
Pac-12
12,
did
right?
it the year before.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I think
That's
something-
how-
Yeah, there's no more
That's how
divisions. Best 2
Utah-
teams replay, kind of like OU and Texas now.
Yeah, that's how Utah ended up in the Pac-12 title game last season.
Which I kind of used to like the divisions in the Big 12. I thought that was fun, because it made the Texas game so much. I mean, it's always big, but it's like, bitch, if you lose to us, we're gonna have to lose 2 to not get in the Big 12 championship. If you come out of divisions,
Yeah.
because you lose 1, you've got the tiebreaker.
All right. Remember the NFL.
Well, there's only one team to talk about, and that's got to be the Dallas Cowboys. Oh my word! And I know.
You cannot say a word. You cannot say anything.
You put respect on his name immediately. I know where this is fucking going.
Brock Purdy. If his name enters your mouth, I'm slapping you.
What if I wanted to give him a compliment?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I just can't talk about him.
No. You have dog cussed him since he came in.
All right, I'm going to be
as
kind of
number
a cock real
7.
quick.
I haven't dog cussed him.
You have. You have dog cussed him.
I haven't really
since he
dogged
came
him.
in.
I haven't really dogged him.
You can talk. You're fine.
So I don't really agree with Kenny, but I will say, like, you know, when all the contracts are up this year and everyone's starting to leave and they're like, well, are we going to pay Brock, or was that just like a fluke? I mean, especially if they don't win it.
Years, right?
It's whatever.
3
just
more
listen
years.
to me. Especially
he's
if
only in the second year of his rookie contract.
Okay, that's regardless. Doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, when all the contracts that are expiring leave, because they can't keep paying these people.
Well, they got Bosa. Greenlaw.
I'm talking about his weapons.
They have a salary cap in the NFL. Is what he's saying is not everyone can be paid $20 to $30 million a year.
Yeah, but they've already paid those guys, so you still have a couple more years on that ass.
Okay, so is that what San Francisco does? Is they stretch his ass that's done so well, hasn't lost a regular season game, and they just keep stretching him out and keep him in rookie money? Keep him rookie money? Is that what you're going to do? Year 4, you're like, hey, thanks.
I think where Sean's getting a little confused. Kind of like the Jordan Travis thing.
Yeah.
He's only on year 2.
Travis, Heisman invitee.
Yeah, he's a top 60 candidate, I will tell you that.
He's only on year 2 of his contract.
Okay.
So, you've already paid Bosa. Greenlaw's been paid. I think you
Kittle,
just paid
Debo.
I think you just paid Debo.
For how much longer?
McCaffrey's already been paid.
How much longer?
You have until you have another.
These aren't fucking 8-year contracts, dude. Like,
you have another 3 years.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying.
So there
you have another 3 years.
Then Sean, I'll give you this. Sorry, I was wrong about next year. If they don't win a Super Bowl, or in the 3 years they don't, then what do? The weapons are leaving, and then he's there. What do? You're going to sign him to this big mega contract and think, well, we'll draft around him because he's that guy? Or is Kenny going to be right and say that anyone in that system could kick ass? It's really hard to tell.
Kenny's already been wrong. Kenny has already been wrong about the San Francisco system.
Why was he wrong about that?
How's Garoppolo doing in, what did he get, like 4 games tries? What's Garoppolo doing at not in the system?
Well, he's 2-3.
He's doing about the same.
He beat Green Bay tonight.
He's about the same.
Well, his defense ain't winning games.
Hold on, I need
for
him.
But stat wise, about the same.
Is he?
Go ahead and mark that loss down.
You're not even looking up. You're just guessing.
You look it up. I already know this. Jimmy G, he's an average dude. I mean, his defense was winning games for him left and right.
Kenny, you went 6-4.
His defense carried him to a Super Bowl that he needed to play offense in, and he couldn't. And that's why he lost.
Kenny, do you know who won the picks this week?
I was tied for the lead.
Hannah.
No, she did. Yeah, she did.
You went 6-4.
I was second.
She went 7-3.
Cowboys.
Oh, you tied with. You want to know who you tied with? You tied with your wife, Destiny, and you tied with his sugar mama, Hunter.
And speaking of dog shit not their year,
and you tied with me.
I don't mean that.
Welcome to the bottom.
I don't mean that being like a loss. I just mean who you're going to play in the NFC Championship is going to be.
I will tell you. The Philadelphia
49ers,
game.
and you can't beat them. So
no,
it's not.
I will
year.
tell you the Philadelphia
the Cowboys.
Game.
If they were to make it to an NFC Championship game, that's who you're going to play.
It's not after that.
It doesn't matter. You can't beat them in the playoffs.
Philadelphia game's going to be fucking great. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing.
You're already setting those two up for the.
They meet in the regular season.
You talk the Philly and 49ers.
Yeah, they meet in the regular season.
Yeah. Cool.
So I'm going to love that game, and I'm going to not take anybody in that. I'm going to put it up there on the board. That's going to be
Philly's
a game
defense
that everybody
is on the
has to take.
I will probably go the 49ers beat them by about 14-21 as well. Mark it down.
What's going to happen is I'm going to put that up as a game that everybody has to take.
You now got to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. That's going to be the one game
49ers
everybody has to take.
Spread will be less.
Fuck the goddamn Bears. I love my Bears, but why? Why did you have to win? Why did you have...
Why are you worried about them winning? You should want them to win.
No! I find it actually quite hilarious because Justin Fields is dog shit, and instead of just, dying and going away so you guys can get those first-round picks, he's like, actually, I think I'm going to win 8 games.
Hey, welcome back, DJ Moore, Khalil Herbert. Have you guys ever played football? Here's the money. Here's the money. Here's the money.
They've got Carolina's first-round pick. They're going to have the number 1 pick anyway.
We have 2 picks.
We should have 2 picks. You want the other one, too, and get rid of Fields.
Yeah, we want the number 1 pick and Carolina's pick.
You want Mims and Caleb. I mean...
No, I'm just saying...
Is that greedy?
No, I'm just saying...
Is it greedy?
If they continue the route they're going to go now, they're going to get a top 10 pick and they're going to get a number 1 pick. And then you just turn around and go, who wants my number 1 pick?
Well, I mean, they go 8-9. I know it's only been one game, but I mean, they go 8-9.
There's better quarterbacks.
8-9 should
Caleb
put
Williams.
them about second in that NFC
And
North.
it doesn't put them in a top 10 pick, probably. They'll be a little bit higher.
I don't want them.
Oh, 8-9 will go anywhere from 10 to 20.
My soul.
Thank you,
Chicago
Kenny.
Bears.
No shit.
The Chicago Bears hurt my soul.
Well, it all depends on the records. I mean, there's a lot more average teams, which the NFL
Congratulations, Hunter.
likes,
You
than stars.
won.
So, I mean, it is.
I mean, Hannah, you won.
No, it is what
Wherever
it is.
you're at
It is what it
on
is.
the West Coast.
But no, I mean, I think that you shit on the Bears. You want them to win, and you want to show that Justin Fields is the future, so you don't have to
But
waste
he's not the future.
But are you going to draft Caleb Williams?
No! Then I don't want Caleb
Then you
Williams.
let him win more.
But we've
and
already learned that this GM for the Bears is okay with trading that first overall pick away for better.
That's my point. You want him to show that he can win a few games, not to get it in their head that they have to take Caleb Williams.
Well, I mean, the quarterback class. I mean, they're going to take a quarterback somewhere in there. So it doesn't
Yeah, we
really
have a
matter.
really good quarterback class coming
If
up.
you guys have the first overall pick, the smart thing you would do would get the Mims kid, and then you just pick the quarterback
the
up.
Mims
Who's the
kid?
Mims kid?
Not Mims, sorry.
Marvin Harrison?
Yes.
Yes, that'd be
Thinking
good.
Marvin
Jesus
Mims.
Christ.
Yeah.
Who's Marvin?
I kinda
Mims?
knew
You got Mims in my head with a negative 60 on you, too. I just...
He wasn't 6. He was like -2.
No, he was
Or-
negative 6.
60.
Oh, 6. Okay,
Negative,
-6.
not 60,
Point
negative
60.
6.
Yeah.
No, but I mean that makes perfect. You got to let Justin Fields show that you can do a little bit because those other players or those other teams.
Because for my credit, I have to argue that on the podcast.
No, I mean because the other teams
Okay,
are gonna,
so-
the other teams are going to trade with you to not let them take a quarterback down the road. That's what they think.
So what we're looking at is we're looking at Brock Purdy is not really a system quarterback because, like I said, Trey Lance was not that system. He could not function in that system. He is the one quarterback, allegedly, that you could put in that system that did not function in that system. But I need to bring this up. On the other hand...
Can you put Daniel Jones in that
Hold
system?
on. No. No,
Okay.
you honestly couldn't. On the other hand, I can bring up that Philadelphia's defense is the same as what you say as Philadelphia's offense. It is a defensive system. Jalen Carter is not my defensive rookie of the year. It's going to be Brian Branch or Will Anderson Jr. You put Jalen Carter...
Well, it's one of those
You
three.
drop Jalen Carter in that defense that is a system defense. Kenny, would you agree?
So you're saying that the Lions had a bad defense last year?
I would. I would say they had a weaker defense without Branch.
Okay.
Who? You talking about
Lions.
the line? Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
anybody to that defense is better than what it was before.
And then
So what I'm saying is,
but
you
to say
drop
Jalen Carter dropping
Ja-
him into a system defense, I mean, they
Yeah.
lost a lot of defensive players, and he may
Philly?
be helping that defense
did.
right
no,
now.
they did. They didn't.
secondary, they did lose some.
It's secondary. He's not doing the secondary. He's in the line.
And who was the other one who said Will Anderson? He's the obvious in my opinion. I mean,
Will
that
Anderson?
defense is dog shit, and he is helping. Will Anderson? Is that his name? Will Anderson?
Yeah, it is.
What
Will Anderson
defense?
Jr.?
What
He said he's
defense?
the obvious.
He's the obvious.
Yeah.
In my opinion, to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would take him over
Yeah,
Branch.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Will Anderson Jr.
That's
is-
actually a defense that
is
was
my
dog
number-
shit,
Yeah,
and he
dog
is
shit,
definitely helping a
and
lot.
definitely helping. And Brian Branch.
Where's he
who
from?
stopped-
Alabama or Georgia?
Brian
Alabama.
Branch, who
Yeah.
stopped the generational running back, is my second. Now, if Detroit...
So you're gonna pick Jalen Carter third as defensive rookie
Yep,
of the year?
I really will. I really will.
Well, slap a label on this.
Because
he's winning it all.
Because Philly is a system defense.
Is Bijan going to make a top 3?
I don't know. I have no
You're talking
idea.
about
Offensive rookie of the year? I have no idea.
I mean, Nakua
I
and
can't
McCain
even
are
tell you.
ready, and that's not just because I have my fantasy team. I mean,
Well,
they're
A.K.A.
pretty-
just went out with a knee injury.
I know,
Yeah,
I've seen
you
that.
go out for some injuries. I don't know.
Nakua's obviously number 1. He will get it.
You think
but-
he's going to continue once Cup comes back?
Yeah,
though?
because I mean, he's killed.
Yeah,
he
well,
killed
Coop's
it.
already back. Coop was back this week.
and it's
Was he?
and it's crazy.
What
to
did he
think.
do? I didn't
Coop
see
is-
his stats.
I
He
didn't
still threw
see
up
it,
20
but-
points and a touchdown.
Oh, good for him.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, I thought
Nobody takes Matt Stafford as a quarterback.
if you
Why
watch
is
that game,
Oh, but that was just him.
no, he's still available. Available.
Available?
I just wouldn't.
Available?
Why is that though?
I don't know. I don't know why his fantasy
I don't
points
really,
don't
I
do
don't
that
really
well.
want an old man
It's- I
throwing
don't
me
know.
balls in my face.
His receivers do great, but he doesn't.
No, why is that?
I just don't know. Don't
You
know.
just don't like old men throwing balls at your face.
But yeah, Cup coming back. You thought that was gonna kill Nakua and all the Nakua.
No,
talk.
I never said that. Kenny said that.
I didn't
To
say
be-
either one of you said that.
No.
I said a lot of the nation said that.
To be factual,
I saw it.
Kenny
I think
did
everyone saw
say
it, yeah.
that Cup coming back was going to kill Nakua's.
Oh yeah, when I tried to
Well,
trade him, he's like, "Oh, Cup comes back, that
No.
guy's done."
Well, I didn't say
And
done.
what Stafford did was just spread the balls out.
I mean, you're better off.
Is that an actual game? That's not preseason, is it?
You're better off having.
Oh no, we're still in preseason.
Yeah, still preseason.
Well, this might actually be the start.
Yeah,
of the
I was
season.
like, because it's actually.
We'll talk about
coming
that. We'll talk about that
tomorrow.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah.
Blackhawks Penguins first game.
Is tomorrow Saturday?
Tomorrow's
It's Tuesday,
Tuesday, October 10th.
Oh, I was looking over here.
Dick.
That's still lit up. Oh, so
We'll talk about that in a minute.
What are the rookies? I think your Zay Flowers pick. He looks better than fucking Bijan.
But he's
Maybe, I don't know.
But he's not getting passed to. Lamar Jackson's just
I don't know
running.
if you're watching those games. He's dropping.
Problem
a lot.
with running quarterbacks is they don't throw to a receiver. Okay,
They throw to
Kenny,
linebackers.
Admit that you're wrong. Cole Kmet, how many points did he score for fantasy for Creston?
1 year or 1 game. Sorry,
But still,
just one.
what did he score?
Just one.
What did he score?
He did well.
Okay.
And then Kittle come
What
in.
did Kittle do?
He did better. He had a good game.
Thank you. Now say, Sean's right because you said I was wrong the whole damn night.
Not necessarily.
You said I was wrong the whole night. You said, oh,
Did
you
he
live in
try to do
Sean.
that bullshit hindsight
Oh, yeah, he
bias
did.
where Komet's already got the points and be like, should have played him. George Kittle
Should
won't
have
even
played
get
him.
that
Should
much.
have played him. Should have
Yeah,
played
he
him.
pulled
Actually-
that shit
actually-
last
And
year,
I
too.
believe that Kittle
Like, cool,
got
Kenny.
10 points
I mean, you're already
over.
seeing half of it.
I believe that Kittle got 10 points over what Kmet got.
Actually, it was more the owner that was whining about it and said that he didn't play Kittle is what started that conversation. I don't own either one of them teams.
But
Like,
he
you don't
asked,
own
he
anyone.
asked your opinion, and your opinion went against mine, and who won out in the end?
Well, I mean, I think overall the season probably Komet's still leading.
No, stop. Stop with
was the
your
pattern.
Stop with your
There was
trying to
pattern.
make everything better. Who won?
That one game you got it.
Yeah, don't drop off the
Exactly.
sidewalk.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, what else are we talking about?
NFL wise,
Kenny still wants to talk about USC.
I didn't say shit about you.
He said, I'll get to it at the end. He's still got some
Bears
points
are
to
still
add.
No, I'm
garbage.
done.
You
really
get to
gotta
pick.
get to
You
that.
get to pick the 5 games next week because your team's on a break.
Oh, cool.
So you've got all 5 games that you can.
Do you
pick
work
random.
tomorrow?
Like sexually? No, I'm at home sleeping and crying.
You don't work tomorrow?
No, I'm gonna
We
be
should watch the
dealing-
Blackhawks Pens game.
Well, I'm gonna be
Connor
at home.
Bedard's first game.
If you want to come over,
Carlson's
we
first
can
game.
watch it. We can cuddle. But I'm gonna be dealing with crippling depression and other shit.
Alcoholism. Me too, dude.
But not alcoholism. No, I'm not gonna be drinking. I'm just gonna be
Crying.
dealing with crippling depression.
Cool.
Are you really tapping that loud into the mic?
Was tapping. Depression isn't cool.com.
Yeah,
Kitty,
we're done.
that
We're
is
done.
very
Are we closing
loud.
up? Closing statements, anyone?
No, let's go into baseball. We need to talk about that because we didn't last week. We missed the beginning of the playoffs. And did anybody see sweeps? Did anybody see sweeps coming?
Every wild card game.
In
That series was
every wild card game. Did anybody see that?
No.
And I think right now, if I go look
D-backs.
at it,
Lost.
D-backs or D-backs?
Actually, they're up right now
D-backs.
against the Dodgers.
but if I know,
Hold on, I gotta
the-
use the restroom real quick.
I think the Rangers are up too, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Are they up 2-0?
Yes.
Did they win yesterday?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. All right. So we have the Diamondbacks up 4-2 over the Dodgers, which is very surprising. Braves beat the Phillies, which is not surprising, but
it's
it is tied
It's still
1-1.
tied, Yes.
But
Hey, the Diamondbacks are one of those weird young teams that
very
that
young
just
team,
kinda put it
very
kinda put
young
it together.
team that you don't expect to be. Because I expect the Diamondbacks to suck again this year. I did not expect them to make it into. That's creepy.
Problems?
What was up with?
No shoes.
Huh?
No shoes.
Oh.
Said it.
Oh, he replaced his hat.
Oh.
I think they're pretty.
You didn't even see.
I didn't notice
You
that.
didn't even notice that he's wearing.
I think they're doing all right. Okay.
Rangers. Yeah,
I don't
the
know why you
Rangers.
didn't wear that from the beginning.
Well, I forgot about it. I was gonna wear it to the house.
Twins
but-
Astros. The Astros in the first game obliterated the Twins, but the Twins have obliterated the Astros in the second game. I don't know what's happening in postseason baseball this year. I'm very obtuse.
Can someone keep me up? Can someone put me up to date though? Who's not? Who's out? Is Astros done?
No, that's
No. This is the first game. This was the first
That's
game.
the AL. And
Game 2, series side
1-1.
1-1. I got you.
Now, this is the best.
Well, they're showing that.
But
But
Best of
Texas can
5
take
record.
out the Orioles.
Yeah,
which
best
is a
of
good
5,
thing.
yes,
I
that's
got you.
correct.
And then who else is there?
And then
NL.
the other side's going to be Diamondbacks are up on the Dodgers
right. So
tonight.
the
Good.
Braves Phillies 1-1.
Bottom of the ninth, and that they could go up 2 games to
And
nothing.
everybody hates what's his nuts.
Oh, it's going on
the
right now?
Phillies.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that game's still going.
Oh,
Bottom of the
Diamondbacks.
ninth.
Yeah, Arizona, LA Dodgers still going. Which
I'm glad I got my hat out.
we all are. Trust me, Kenny never notices anything.
Well, I have his Diamondbacks hat, the 0-2 World Series one.
You do.
Yeah.
The kind of bluish one.
You have
right?
a
Yeah, it's a lot,
Diamondbacks
yeah.
hat? Is
Yes.
that the Kurt
Randy
Schilling?
Johnson,
I love
Kurt
Randy
Schilling,
Johnson, man.
Jesus
I know
Christ.
about Kurt, but Randy Johnson
You
was one of my
Kurt
favorites.
The
Schilling
big year.
fan.
Not me. No.
Is that 0-2? 0-2?
01 or 02.
02, 03?
Yeah.
01,
01 or
02.
02. Yeah.
But also, preseason hockey has started, and it's been a lot of fun watching that.
Has it been for you? Is
Yeah.
that what you're trying
Yep.
to say? It's
Yeah.
been fun for Chicago Blackhawks fans. If you're a fan of any other team, no one gives a fuck.
Why, are they doing well or something?
No, he's got Connor Bedard. He's playing.
Oh,
So you get
gotcha.
to see him, see
Well,
if he gets points.
I mean, so far it has been.
Go to stats on NHL. I'm just curious if he got any.
We're 2-2-2,
Stats are
and
we just
I
lost
believe
every
this is still
listener we
preseason.
had.
I believe we're still in preseason.
Yeah, I know. Go to stats up there for the preseason stats. I'm just curious.
Do they do preseason stats?
Yeah, they should. They'll have a rookies playing.
The rookies.
No, it doesn't.
I got Connor McDavid. Yeah, I still got less. Yeah, they don't do.
At the
They don't do
rate
it till
they
it
don't,
till
yeah.
it till it starts.
I don't know if they're keeping track of those.
No. They don't do it till it actually
So has
starts.
Connor Bedard got anything else? I know he was shooting a lot of shots. He
No,
finally got.
we
he finally got a goal.
got hammered the first game by the Devilbacks. No, the Detroit Red Wings. I don't know why I said Devilbacks.
Which
That's
that farm
that's-
team
Is
stacked.
there a devil back?
Stanley
team?
Cup and
No,
4
there's not.
years.
There's not.
Can
There's
we do
not.
that?
But
A Devilback?
Detroit is looking really solid this year. We got hammered the first game. We
I don't
won
think
the
they're there
next-
yet,
We,
but they're real
won
close.
the next two. We won the next two in preseason. But yeah, preseason hockey has started. That's why I'm wearing the Sports Candy jersey, even though it says my actual name on the back, and it shouldn't. Yeah, we have Bedard. Bedard is still the most highly touted, and hopefully he gets that Sidney Crosby love where he can punch a guy into the ice with his stick and not get a foul or a charge on him. So yeah, NHL started. WNBA. I don't know why I mentioned that.
All right, we're rambling. Anything
Yeah,
else?
yeah. Kenny, I need
Are we done?
stats. Kenny, I said WNBA. I need stats. Hurry.
I just had one thing that I'd found in all this looking at OU stuff that we looked is Amy. There's a lady named Emily Liker. She is from Syracuse, but she's a Missourian, and she votes in.
That's a Missourian.
a Missourian, and she votes to the AP poll. And this week,
She's
she voted.
what's her nuts is
Yeah,
she's
yes. She voted Oklahoma number. She actually voted.
she's Pac-12.
Syracuse. Is
Get
what
to
I
the
said.
point.
Oh no, she's ACC.
Voted him what?
No, because the Pac-12 lady had to step down because she took. Hold on, Kenny. Now, what I'm saying is, remember the the lady that went from Utah to USC. Is that what it was?
Who the fuck are you talking about? This is just a voter for the AP
Yeah,
poll.
she was.
Has
She was.
nothing to
She
do
was
with
a
any of
voter.
those teams.
Get to the point.
She
What'd she vote?
was a voter. and She had to step down.
She voted Texas ahead of OU in the AP poll.
I don't like her that a lot.
Was she the only one, or was there another?
Well, of course that's the only one.
I don't like her that at all.
Texas fucking has a loss. OU doesn't, and they just beat them. And she says, as I quote, "Thank you for asking about your question by some guy named James. Any logic?" And she says, "These teams have 5 other games on their resumes. From watching and looking back at stats, I didn't feel like OU outplayed Texas to the point of leaping in them in the rankings. Win by greater than 3, and I likely would have. Final drive was good. Moved OU forward. Texas down to 3."
Sounds like a Kenny answer.
What was
Yeah.
the final score?
Where it didn't really have a point, but a lot of
The
words.
final score was 4.
Yeah, huge words.
It was 4.
What do the stats even matter?
Listen,
I'm Kenny Weiss.
they have seen Alabama and they think that's a huge win.
She's a Missourian.
Clemson-
That's the real problem.
Clemson is
and
still.
she's from Syracuse. She hadn't
Clemson
seen
is
any of
still
them
going
play.
to make it into. Clemson and LSU are still going to make it into the Final Four.
I just thought it was funny. It tells you again when people look at polls, it's just for shits and gigs. And that's it.
Oh no, I get that.
It's for
trust
TV
me.
to say, hey, let's
Trust
go.
me, I understand. Well, hold on. Now, what we don't do that everybody else does is the shock value. Like you and me and Creston dipshit over there. He might, but we don't say shit just to shock jock. We're not the Skip Bayless type guys. We actually believe what we're saying. We have something behind, a little meat and potatoes behind what we're saying to finish out a thought. Is that not correct?
She did.
Do you not
So,
believe?
no, she just.
No.
I just found it funny that popped up.
And
and
who was the guy? Who was the guy early in the season that was just being an asshole and voted Texas?
Because obviously the
doesn't.
whole
It also
playoff
doesn't.
deal. But if it doesn't matter, we don't need to do it. It's one of the other.
No,
I mean, the only reason we do it now is for TV.
But,
Number 5's playing number 7.
but
then you've got these dipshits that never watch the game.
what I mean. You know what I mean by the whole Skip Bayless a hot take. I think is what it is.
Sure.
The whole hot
they're
take.
all do, they all
Or
do that.
Vlosky, he's
They all-
doing it now.
They all do that. They all
and
do
he wears pants that looks like he's
Look
not
at me!
wearing pants.
I'm going to yell and listen to me. This team just moved up because I screamed something and I have a lot of Twitter
technically
followers.
you do yell a lot.
I do, but I don't have a lot
But-
of Twitter followers. So that's what.
But
we gotta
what
work
I'm
on.
saying is we have substance to back up what we're saying. Like when you and I both did a mark it down, slap a label on it, we both believed that there was going to be a loss. You had the Niners, a loss to the Cowboys, and I had Philly losing to the Rams. It did not pan out for either one of us. So, Zach, you're outside. Jay, I know you can't say goodbye.
Right now, currently, as far as offensive rookies of the year is going to go, C.J. Stroud's leading right now.
Okay. I can see that.
Puka.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. Bijan's number 3.
Not.
That's 318 yards.
myself out there for a second.
318 rushing yards. He's got that's a 6 yard. That's a 6 yard average. 19 receptions.
I think it's about to blow on the window.
And then we've got Sam Laporta, obviously.
Oh, Laporta. Yes, Laporta. I forgot about Laporta.
And a case.
He's been doing very well this season.
Yeah, 22 receptions
for the offense.
242 yards and 1 touchdown. That was before this week, so that's not updated stats. So that was your current rookies right there. If we want to talk about
defensive, like
NFL.
I said, Brian Branch. I have Brian Branch. Will Anderson Jr., Brian Branch above Jalen Carter, even though a lot of people are saying that Jalen Carter has been a force. He's technically just a plug-and-play player.
I think so far,
Like you say, the San Francisco offense is a plug-and-play. I think the Philly defense is a plug-and-play.
depends on what their secondary does, because that's the people they lost.
You're right, but I'm saying
Top
that
5.
front
One
line.
we forgot to talk about. Will McDonald 5.
Oh yeah, Willie McDonald.
Joey Porter number 4. Jalen Carter number 3. Will Anderson number 2. And the one that I thought was the best secondary player in the draft was Christian Gonzalez. Patriots. He's out for the year. So he's obviously not going to.
Really
He got hurt. He's out for the year. So
Third game,
he's not
third
going to win. He's not going to win that one. Just this last game, I believe.
Do you have any stats for us? Sorry,
no
everybody,
stats.
that we do not have Creston with us tonight. We should have said at the beginning, Creston is babysitting the girls. Mama is partying in Cali.
She is not. She's home. They just had stuff going on. She relax.
Well, I thought she
They
was
took the
gonna- I
night
thought
off.
she was gonna come
No,
back tomorrow.
she come today. So
I
Sean,
thought she was about tomorrow.
like Sean and that quarterback he loves so much. Wrong, and wrong.
Brock
And that's all I've got.
Purdy, baby!
Yeah, bye.
By the way, Kenny owes me a Brock Purdy jersey. Goodbye, everybody. I love you. Please look us up on all of the socials. We're not on all of them, but we're near.
And the ones he spelt right.
Yeah. Well, I think they're all spelled right. I just looked at it. I really
See ya.
did. Bye.